Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well. Today's viewer request is from Mav09. He has asked, can you please compare the F-35A to the F-16 in terms of which a country should buy? Please compare price, stealthiness, seed capability, that's anti-SAM, air superiority capabilities, and BVR/dogfight. So here we are. Some we can just talk about and some will need testing in our simulator. In terms of the cost, it's pretty easy. We can just search the internet and find out when the most recent ones were sold. And the F-16, the latest sale of Block 70 and 72 I saw were $63 million per aircraft at an hourly cost of $26,000 per operational hour. The F-35, and it's the F-35A that the viewer requested, approximate cost is very close to $80 million per unit at $40,000 per hour of operation. So in terms of cost, F-16 wins. Next, in terms of stealthiness, again, we don't need to simulate it because we've already done it a million times. The F-16 comes in two flavors: standard, i.e. non-coated, and generally the radar cross-section of a standard F-16 is accepted between 3 and 3.5 square meters, meaning that to a state-of-the-art airborne AESA radar, it can be seen and tracked at over 80 miles. Of course, F-16s are well known for having stealth treatment. Have Glass 1, 2 and 5 are all in operation. Assuming that the latest block was coated in HAV Glass 5, it would take its radar cross-section down to 1.2 square meters, meaning that at least in our simulation, a state-of-the-art AESA radar could see and track it at 50 miles. Now, how realistic is that to real life? I don't really know because no one in the public sphere knows, but we'll have to go with that. And onto the F-35. Now, it's very hard to know what the real radar cross-section is of any 5th-gen aircraft anywhere in the world. No one in the public sphere anywhere, and that includes the internet, no one knows. People band figures about, but if you trace any of those figures down, they are all speculation and estimates. The best I can find from a group of very intelligent people that did scatter testing on the F-35 model came up with 0.002 square meters as an average between the A, B and C. So that's what we've gone for in Grim Reapers, meaning that in our simulation, a state-of-the-art AESA radar can track it at about 18 miles. So 1 to the F-35, 1 all so far. Next, we need to test the seed capability, and it's best if we do this in our sim. Seed is, of course, the suppression of hostile surface-to-air missiles. We have an identical setup here, a Patriot PAC-2 system here, and a Patriot PAC-2 system here. I've chosen Patriot because it's just perfect for what we want to show here. The range of the Patriot is about 70 miles, shown by the red ring. The range of the Patriot against a stealth target of the radar cross-section of the F-35, we've had to guesstimate at 35 miles, and we've shown that in the yellow ring. This site here will be attacked by 4 F-35s. This site here will be attacked by 4 F-16s. The F-16s today will be attacking with Block 50 variants with a radar cross-section of 3.5 square meters with no HAV glass. In real life, F-16s use 2 missiles for seed work, the AGM-88C HARM and the AGM-88E ARGM, the more modern variant. They use the same body and they look identical, but the ARGM has a larger mission profile and more modern avionics. The F-35s will have their reduced radar cross-section of 0.002 square meters, and they use a more modern variant of the AGM-88, the G or Gulf variant known as the ARGM-ER. It's actually a smaller missile, completely new missile body to the 88C and E, and that's so it fits in the stealth bay of the F-35. Otherwise, it's essentially the same avionics as the ARGM, just in a smaller package. This, of course, allows the F-35 to sneak right up to the engagement area of the SAM, 30 or so miles away, depending on the SAM that you're fighting. If it's an older SAM, it might be all the way down to about 10 miles, and launch at close range. This, of course, is extremely important. The actual missiles themselves are not stealth missiles. They will be shot at and shot down, so it's important to launch them as close as you can to the SAM, where they retain their speed, obviously making it harder to shoot them down. In terms of details, the F-16s, guys, will be flown by humans today because we can have them flown by humans. I've given you 4 HARMs, a HARM targeting system, some air-to-air missiles, and a fuel tank, and I fully data linked them so that they are data linked as much as possible. You'll start 90 miles away from the SAM, and the F-35s will be taking 4 AARGM ERs, the AGM-88 Golf. They'll be flown by AI for the simple reason that humans in F-35s in RSIM can't use this weapon. Guys, before we run it, any predictions?
I kind of feel like we're comparing apples and pears here with a 4th gen fighter versus a 5th gen fighter, and also the modern weapons. I do think the 16 is supposed to get the 88 Golf as well at future times. The 16s are going to have to burn more fuel, maybe lose one as we try and get close enough to get a good target point on the Patriot.
Really good point by Bird. The AGM-88G, when it does go into full circulation, will indeed go to 4th gen jets as well. But it's really important to say, having it not fired by a stealth doesn't actually make it that much better than the others. It goes at the same speed, about Mach 4, as these two here, so it holds no benefit there. Also, it's not more or less stealthy, so you're really just firing a C or an E with slightly longer range. But yeah, anyone else, guys?
I'll just say then that the 35 should all survive then.
Yeah, I agree with Bird pretty much.
I was planning to run it at the same time as the F-35s attack at the same time that you, the humans, in the F-16s, but I think I'll do it the other way around. I think I'll just do it one by one, so you guys can watch what happens. Unpause, off we go. First, 4 F-35As flown by AI, each with 4 AARGM ERs, viewers. They can't really use the AGM-88C and E because it will obviously massively hinder their radar cross-section. Before I forget, remember the Patriot can't shoot backwards. You can only shoot forwards in this hemisphere, so I'd prefer it if you stayed in the attacking hemisphere. And that would just keep things as scientific as possible. Right, preparing to fire.
I do think that's why the new AGM the new AGM was built, actually, is because with the old arm, the big old wings, it wouldn't fit properly in the bays of the F-35 or maybe the 22.
Yep. I mean, that old harm goes back to, what, the 1970s, 1980s? No, it's the Sparrow. It's the old Sparrow. The old harm was called the Sparrow, wasn't it? Or was that a Shrike? No, that was a Shrike. Right, anyway, missile was out. Sorry about their wobbliness. This is our impression of the 88 Golf, viewers. It will balance itself out. It's different in that I believe it uses an air-breathing engine, while the 88C and E use solid rocket motor, so it can't go very much faster, or I don't think it can even go as fast as the solid rocket motor, but what it can do is sustain for a longer period, hence it can get its massive ranges. Right, I should concentrate what's going on. We have our first PAC-2 missiles out, of course, firing at probably the F-35s, or maybe the missiles. Of course, this site can track and shoot down incoming missiles, including AARGM ER. First one missed. Huh, how about that? Second one missed. Okay, they're starting to hit now. They just needed to get within a certain range. Map view probably most useful for this. Well, first one may have got through. First one did get through. Unbelievable. More luck than judgment, in my opinion, but well done. Just showed the benefit of shooting them at close range. I might just run that again, just for science viewers, just to see if that happens again out of interest. Missiles out. Alright, let's see what happens. Just interesting that the first one got through. Ah, this time it's getting taken out. Yeah. I guess there's quite a few variables in there. Okay, they're being taken out this time much better. Oh wow, they might not even get through this time. Yes, they did. Just overwhelmed. Wow. Alright, well, we've run it through a couple of times. First time it did better, second time it did not as well. But at the end of the day, at least 5 got through each time. So, a resounding victory, and F-35s, I don't think we're even shot at. Welcome in, viewers. The boys have done a bit of planning. What they're going to try and do is have Bird here as a wild weasel to keep the attention of the Patriot. The rest are going to sort of come together and try and put a mass sort of time on target strike with lots of their harms, which is probably the best way to do it, kind of as the F-35s did. Right, guys, good luck. I'm pausing. Each aircraft has 4 harms, harm targeting system, and some superfluous air-to-air missiles. For reference, guys, I've started you out about 90 miles away from the epicenter of the site, and your steer point 1 is about on the middle of the site.
Alright, I think Bird's in the lead here.
Distance from site in nautical miles. Ooh, wow, 66 nautical miles. Right, so Bird, your job is to get shot at, right?
Yep, fun me.
In real life, these Block 50s would probably have Class 5 on to give them that help, but to be honest, with a radar as powerful as Patriot, it probably wouldn't actually make any difference in terms of engagement distances. 52 nautical miles, I don't know why they waited so long. Sometimes they kind of leave little traps. Oh, there we go.
Alright, missile away.
Pack 2 missile.
Sorry, missile on me.
Max range about 70 nautical miles, about 80 statute miles, viewers. My bird is doing what a Wild Weasel needs to do, and he's going to notch that radar as best he can. Or more importantly, he's just trying to ditch the missile kinematically. And already we can see the massive problem with 4th gen here. They just can't get close enough to a massively powerful radar like Patriot. It's peppering them at 50 miles. And then if they went super low, they could get closer, obviously. But again, it still gets dangerous. Second missile out.
Got one out on me.
Push going defensive.
He's still tracking me. Got a missile alert still going on.
It's horrible radar. You just cannot break that lock wherever you go. The missile, because it's fired it so high, will just keep going and going and going and going. But eventually it will run out. I can
Launch on me.
Third. He's finding you. It can track up to, oh god, 8 or 16 targets. I've forgotten what, viewers. Actually, I can't remember. Lots of targets. Oof.
I'll go in behind dark.
Alright, I got the spike again on me.
Such an impressive sight. Look at this thing falling from the sky at 50 miles this missile's been going for, and it's been turning and dodging and...
Right, I've got a PGM-3 lock. I'm hoping maybe you guys can hit up PGM-2.
Well done, Bird. That's a kill shot. Fair play. Bird's managed to... You see, he went at such an angle and a distance, viewers, it allowed him to get a good idea of where that SAN is. Basically, a good kill shot.
The problem is I'm just in the range and he's
yes,
fired
you are.
on me.
Yes, he's fired on you.
Okay, Magnum times... I can get a second one off. Magnum times 2, going defensive.
See model south, viewers? As I said, they're the same body as the AGM-88E, but older. Kind of 1980s, 1990s avionics on them. The E model, the ARGM, is much more intelligent. It can loiter, it can do all kinds of cool stuff like that. Whereas this is just kind of point and shoot. Well done, Bird. We've got something for it to take care of now. Is it going to shoot them down, of course? Because none of these missiles are stealthy today. They're big lumps of aluminium flying through the air.
But see if any of you can get a harm off on it.
Stuck on PGM-3.
Is PGM-3 good enough or not?
I think it says 2, but
PGM-2 is the best, but 3 you can still fire. It may not hit it.
I've got PGM-2 also. Someone just sonic boomed me.
Sonic boom. God, look at the Patriot doing a brilliant job. Obviously, I've on purpose given them nothing to hide behind, viewers. I don't want them to do that. I want them to fight the full force of the Patriot, which is showing the beauty of the F-35, viewers.
Maybe those harms are still working? Question mark?
No, they were shot down a long time ago, Bird. You got to launch up. You got to launch 16
Magnum
once if you want to get them through.
On an F-10 map still.
Not mine. Decent question mark. I'm the host, so it matters what's on mine. There's one in the air at the moment on Poosh. Good shot, Poosh. Oh, there's a thing.
That's a shack on my screen.
Oh, well, there's DCS being DCS, I'm afraid. On my screen, it was taken out, viewers, the harms. And on Bird's screen, they weren't taken out, and they went and killed the thing. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say about that, if I'm honest, viewers. Oh, well, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. Might as well let the boys finish it off now, anyway.
Magnum times 4.
The sim must have got confused whether these had been hit or not. But at least you can see, though, viewers, if that hadn't happened, the bug hadn't happened, how hard it would have been for the boys. Because every time they turn their nose on to shoot at it, they get shot out. And they can't see the Hellstar missiles like I could. So they don't know if they're in major danger or not. They can't take that chance.
Yeah, I'm down to 2.3 on the fuel already, so burned a lot of my fuel just saving myself.
Right. Yeah, it's a hard thing to do to take on a Patriot like this. Now, here's what I was saying about firing these high-speed missiles at close range. Look, the boys fired it at 40 miles, and it's all the way down to 400 knots, which for a missile is nothing. It's a sitting duck. One of the ideas behind a high-speed anti-radiation missile is that it can still be doing Mach 4 when it hits the target. When fired relatively close. Oh, look, it's missed.
Well, they've lost their target.
When you can't be seen until like 30 miles out, you can get in, sneak in, get all your harms as they did off at once. When we were, defensive, and unfortunately, due to a server desync, one of my missiles got through.
Roger. Next, we're on to air superiority capability. I wasn't really sure what to do for this. I didn't think simulating a test would help because it's a really difficult thing to do to set it up so it's kind of fair for both aircraft, so I thought we'd talk about this one. So first of all, we have to understand what is important for air superiority, and I've put my understanding down in terms of kind of importance. So I think the most important thing for an air superiority fighter is range/endurance. So the ability to cover lots of ground to do something, and the ability to stay airborne for a long time. I'm studying the 1982 Falklands War at the moment, and one of the major problems in their air superiority of their Sea Harriers was that they didn't carry enough fuel. They couldn't loiter over the target area long enough to protect it. Therefore, they ran out of fuel. They had to go and refuel at their carrier, at which point the Argentinians snuck through attackers. That was, the biggest problem. It doesn't matter how good you are at fighting or how good your missiles are. If you can't endure enough time, you're no good as an air superiority fighter. So after saying that, which one's the best? Well, I don't know. I've scoured the internet to find out which aircraft has the best endurance/range with the same loadout. And I've come up with a whole load of different answers from which website I go to. And I've basically ended up just giving up. So we might just have to say they're equal. Let me know if you think you know the answer. But like I said, to find a proper comparable answer, same payload, same everything, everywhere just says a different number. So I'm going to say they draw on that. Next, amount of air-to-air missiles would be a useful thing, I guess, for an air superiority fighter. So the amount of air-to-air missiles an F-16 can carry, including the new block, I think is 6, guys. Let me know if I've got that wrong. The amount F-35 can carry in its bay with the Sidekick mod is 6. But it can also carry 6 extra on its wings, I believe. So that could be a possibility of 12. So I guess I have to give that to the Lightning there. Air-to-air refueling, obviously, is absolutely critical. And they can both air-to-air refuel, so I guess they're even there. Stealth, if it comes to an actual engagement, which might happen in air superiority, is stealth important? Obviously, yes. One is stealth, one isn't. So the F-35 wins there. They both have a very similar type of radar in their modern configurations, but another sensor is electro-optical type sensors. The F-35 comes with a very good one, known as DAS as standard. The F-16, the latest block, my understanding is it doesn't. It can come as a podded option, which it can carry externally at some cost, but it doesn't have one as standard. So with those things considered, and bearing in mind I can't find a range and endurance, the F-35 wins that. Any comeback or any other ideas from you guys?
Well, you can take 3 bags on an F-16.
Roger. What are the numbers, though? I need the numbers, Dark's the problem.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's just say the F-35 engine is probably a bigger thrust engine. It's more modern, but it's still going to burn fuel when it goes into reheat. If the F-35 can carry bags like the F-22 can, that'll help it. But if we're looking at air superiority again, you've got to give it to the F-35 with it. A, it's probably better radar. B, it's stealth capability, so it can not be seen and fire off missiles, which is going to then turn your hostile enemies defensive. Well, you can still keep on coming forward, and you're gonna run them out of fuel. You're gonna hit them with missiles.
Yeah, another really important thing I think is situational awareness, and I think the F-35, even though the F-16 is pretty good, I think the F-35 is a lot better.
I think it's comparing a 4th gen fighter to a 5th gen fighter. F-35 should take it.
Roger, cheers guys. Yeah, viewers, I absolutely stand to be corrected on any of this stuff, so feel free to correct me. But as far as I can see, it looks like it's going to go to the F-35 here. One more thing on the range and endurance, viewers, I couldn't test it in the sim. The F-16 fuel burn is modelled very realistically in DCS, but the F-35 is not, so I couldn't do that test in DCS. It's not relevant. The final test is BVR/Dogfight, as requested by our beloved viewer, so I propose a very simple beyond visual range fight, which will almost certainly go into dogfights as well. On the blue side, we have F-35A, 16 of them, radar cross-section of what we've said. On the red side, we have F-16C, block 70, or our imitation of it, with Havglass 5, giving it 1.2 square meters. The F-35, 16 of them, will have... I'm giving them older weapons, all of them, because I want to give the F-16s a chance. If I gave them 100 plus miles range, then there's not much point of doing this. We all know who's going to win. So let's say, for some reason, our ranges had to be nerfed a little bit. Maybe environmental conditions mean that the radars just aren't working optimally today. So we're giving them AIM 120Cs, 4 of them. Also 2 Sidewinders. I'm pretending they are in the bay. AI set to veteran skill level, otherwise I've not done anything. If we want some humans, On F-35, then I've added some humans in there, and there's 2 redundant AWACSs. 100 miles plus away are the F-16s. The AI, 16 of them, will be in our imitation of a Block 70 with a Block 50 3D model, armed with the same 4 AIM-120C, 2 Sidewinder X, and fuel tanks. As we have it modeled here, they both have the same radar, the APG-84, or are in imitation of it. Humans, you can fly F-16 if you want. Block 50 model with the same loadout. I probably can have a guess which way it's going to go, but any thoughts, guys? Bearing in mind the nerfed missiles, so there's no sniping at 120 miles today.
Okay, so yeah, you're taking... I mean, they both can carry the longer range missile here in real life, so it's not as a big threat. I mean, I guess as a disadvantage. But again, the F-16s are going to have a problem seeing the F-35s, so I think it's going to be a walkover for the F-35s. If an F-16 can get into a dogfight, though, I think it may take it because I think it's going to be a better maneuverability fighter.
I agree with Bird.
Welcome in, viewers. Today's pilots, I forgot to introduce our Push, Dark, Bird, Strider, Cannibal. Hello, boys.
Hello.
Hello.
I wish you the absolute best. 3, 2, 1, go. So, just a reminder, 16 F-35s with 6 missiles. They will be able to see the F-35s here who have glass at a range of 50 miles with their reduced radar cross-section. The F-16s will be able to see the F-35s at 18 miles, so there's a massive difference in who can see who first. However, the missiles can only be fired at a max of about 40 miles. And then we've got my guys here in the Block 50 who want to play along, who, by the looks of things, are going to probably go down low and shoot up at the F-35s. That would be my thing to do anyway. So although they're charging towards each other, no one can actually see each other yet. Even the powerful radar on the F-35 can't see the have-glass Block 70s at 70 miles. They've got to get within 50 or so miles.
I was about to say, they can probably see us.
Yeah, yes, you do not have glass. You've got the bare metal finish. They can definitely see you. In fact, they'll see you at about 120 miles. That's
well, I have a plan here. I'm going to follow this person, whoever they are, and just let them take the missiles from me.
That's a great idea, guys. Distance between fronts now of 56. So the F-35s are just seeing the Block 70s now. Oh, there we go. Missile fired. Still fired the first AIM-120C. Missile from 1996 C model. Adjusted from the B model to fit inside the F-22A bay. 2 missiles out. Both from F-35s, no missiles from F-16s. You won't see that until 18 nautical miles.
Got a bunch of unknowns on my RWR. I guess that's them.
They'll show as unknown, yeah. First, AIM-120Cs raining down on the F-16s, and they haven't even shot yet. 9 missiles out from the F-22s, F-35s. 12 missiles out from F-35s without a single response from the F-16s, and they can fire. It's all tested, viewers. Good evasion. Missiles out from the F-16, finally. Had to get well within 20 miles to do it.
1 F-16 down, 2 F-16 down.
F-35 is about to go down. That, nope, evaded. Another one's firing. 3 F-16s down, no F-35s down. Another miss. Radar cross-section will affect the tracking of the missile. 22 missiles out from F-35, only 2 missiles out from F-16. 4 F-16s down. One's merged, there's a dogfight going on, but he's failed to see him because he's a friggin' idiot. Or he's evading. More likely he's evading. Another AIM 120 out. Lots of stuff happening now. It's all gone a bit crazy. That guy's gonna push quite out over the sea. That's at one times unfortunate. Possible friendly fire on another F-16. No. Still no F-35s down yet. Lots of chances, but nothing's connected. We might have a first kill on it. F-35 down. Good shot. Only 9 missiles out from blue. 32 missiles out from red. It's unbelievably hectic, violent, and confusing now. 8 F-16s down, 2 F-35s down. They are 100% vulnerable when they get within that threshold, that 20-mile threshold. Oh, good evasion, sir. 9 F-16s down, 3 F-35s down. F-16s are doing better possibly than I thought they would. Really good kinematic evaders, viewers, the F-16, the Block 70. Really powerful. And that's probably what's allowing them to evade so many missiles. 43 have been shot now. F-35 in trouble. Evaded. Didn't evade.
Missile warning.
I don't even know where you are, but oh yeah, you guys are all mixed in, and there was 100% a missile coming down. And Bird did not get a chance to see it. Didn't get into the mountains fast enough, guys.
Oh, neither did I.
Oh, yeah. It's a thing, I'm afraid, guys. And they have made short work of the humans. Wait until the end, and then you can start respawning in again, guys, once I know it's one. If you want to, which I wouldn't.
Dark down.
This was just too fast. One's got in a dogfight over here, but again, as soon as it does, an AIM-9X comes out from a wingman. Remember, all skill levels set today, and F-16s have the advantage of having 4 humans on their side.
1 F-16 left.
Wow, that took all of break 6 minutes, and most of that was transit time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you the F-35. Right, can this guy clear everyone up? I highly doubt it, because he's got a guy on his 6. He's fired a missile.
He fired.
Yeah. 52 missiles fired by F-35, 27. F-16s have done better than I thought. They've taken out 8 F-35. Fair play.
Oh, here goes another one. This guy didn't dodge.
Wow, friggin' Hector Balage. What's going on here? Oh, and he dodged one. We've got a mental superhero here. All right, friggin' game is on.
35s must all be out of missiles, because this guy behind him would have taken a shot easily. Ooh, 21 F-16s down to 9 F-35s down. If you want to play City Buggers, feel free to respawn. See if you can get a kill. I challenge you guys to go and get a kill now. F-16s did better than I thought. Almost a 2-to-1 kill ratio, or 1-to-2, or however you want to say it. That's probably mainly because AI doesn't use stealth aircraft realistically. They go in and then they just dogfight, which a real F-35 doesn't do. It launches its missiles at long range and then runs away, so it's basically invulnerable, right? But I never will be able to get the AI to do that. They're just not that smart. Right, here coming the boys, and they've seen you already. Oh, and they're going to be caught out over the ocean. But a lot of those F-35s have run out of missiles. He says as he looks at the F-35 with a pair of missiles. Out of interest, viewers, a lot of F-35s in reality do carry sidewinders on these pylons. They used something called a Block 2 Plus model of the AIM-9X, which is a stealth coating on it to make it apparently as stealthy as the F-35. But how realistic that is, I just don't know. 40 miles. If they're going to shoot now. I don't think they've got any AMRAAMs left, guys. So to be honest, without their AMRAAMs, there's almost no advantage to them. Because you'll be everyone's going to be within visual range before they fire. So at this point, they're just a bunch of fat F-16s. But it may not be that simple.
I don't see them on radar.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem. With your you got an old mechanical radar from the 1990s. That's going to see them at best.
Possibly ground cover.
12 miles, 10 miles. I would go visual. I would Spitfire it if I were you. Distance 19 miles. Well, if F-35s had missiles, I can guarantee they would have fired them by now.
Oh, I got cons. Mad.
There, Mad Dog. In my work, he's fired one out without a radar lock, and that is an absolute way of killing a stealth in real life. Now, will it be in the basket? It has quite a small basket of field of view, the Seeker head. Now, I suspect it's not going to work. There's a missile out. There's a Sidewinder coming in. Are the boys going to spot it? It's an almost impossible missile to detect. They don't have MWS in their Block 50. Too late. One human down.
Fox 2.
Fox 2, did he get a lock though? Did he get a lock? He did. Get a kill. Killer Lightning. The engines are colder than the F-16 engines, but they're still perfectly hot to the digital Seeker head of an AIM-9X, and he beat it kinematically. Fair enough. Bird has 100% gotten him in a merge, but can he get the kill though? Oh, there's an AIM-120 coming on him. Good coverage from... Did he get the missile? He did get the missile. Is he going to kill? Oh, Bird, it could still kill. It's lightning down. Well done. You got a kill, guys. Can you get 2? More AIM-9Xs coming out. Oh, the boys are just getting peppered from every angle now. Now, can they use their common sense? Are they flaring? They are. But it just wasn't enough, Dark. Pushes out. Is his missile going to track? It did not. Well tried, guys. You know what? You got to kill. I can live with that. Welcome back, viewers, to the final counting. So, cost goes to the F-16. Stealthiness goes to F-35. Seed, even with the big bug that we had, still went to F-35. Air superiority is probably going to be a bit controversial, and I welcome your thoughts. But by the sounds of things, probably the F-35 gets air superiority as well. BVR and Dogfight, we tested putting them in a big theatre and making them fight. A resounding win to F-35. You probably thought it was going to go like that anyway. So that's 4-1 in F-35. Guys, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, if I was a little country facing off against a bigger country, I think I'd go with F-35 just because it just seems to multiply the effectiveness of each individual airframe.
One thing we got to remember is sadly, this is a political thing. Some countries will not be even offered the F-35, unless you're a NATO country, probably.
Very good point from Bird there. I hadn't thought about the geopolitics, and in real life, obviously, that's very important. And while you guys were talking, I've just had one more tiny thought, and that is the F-16 could probably be replaced by contemporaries, other multi-role aircraft that are available on the world stage, like JAS-39 Gripen, similar to the F-16. And I expect we could run this again, but with the Gripen, and it's probably going to come out the same. It's probably going to win and lose probably in the same areas. I expect any 4th gen available on the open market, it's going to fare about the same to the F-35. Right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and bye-bye!